Hey guys, what's happening? This is Ryan, joined with my twin bro, Robby.
Hey guys, what's up?
And we're talking about the brand new game, Anthem, which was revealed at EA Play and E3. And if you don't know, Anthem is being developed by the guys over at Bioware, the same team that gave us, of course, Mass Effect, the KOTOR series, and then Anthem is a fictional and futuristic open world where the people of this world are shielded by a massive wall that protects them from the dangers lurking outside. And then the game is currently set to release in 2018 on PC, Xbox One, and PS4, and we're going over all of the details you may have missed.
Yeah, 2018 is a very long time to wait for a game like this. It looks amazing.
It looks incredible.
And of course, it's going to be 4-player co-op with drop-in and drop-out co-op. We did see that in the demonstration. It looks gorgeous. This has been confirmed to be actual gameplay running on the Xbox One X. So you guys get an idea of what to expect from the graphical power from this game. It's most impressive indeed. But also, they mentioned a massive wall. It kind of reminds me of Pacific Rim in that way a little bit.
Yep, exactly.
But the actual look of the game here really does look like Avatar, in my opinion, which I think is...
It looks absolutely gorgeous.
It looks stunning, and seeing them go underwater in the footage was also amazing. And you saw that there were like caves underwater, so there could be dungeons to explore with your friends, and maybe even bosses in there as well. And also, a quick note, the game is first person when in the hub space and third person when outside of the wall. What do you make of this?
So that's interesting. So if you watch the trailer for the first time, you immediately thought the game was first person.
Yeah, yep.
And then they go into third person mode when going outside of the wall.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure how I feel about it. I wouldn't mind to have the ability to switch to third person in the hub space, since of course the game is primarily a third person game, guys, because of course all of the action is going to take place outside of the wall, but that first person view does give you the immersion when you're inside the hub space. The visuals look absolutely incredible.
They do.
The characters look awesome, guys. And I'm very curious to see what kind of missions or side missions you can pick up when you're roaming through the hub space, and just how dynamically generated these missions are. You know, it would be cool to see them add more missions, you know, as you play the game.
Yeah, hopefully it's free, of course, because, you know, EA is going into the model where they're introducing free stuff. We saw that with Battlefront 2, so it would be nice to see them drop the season pass with this game and introduce free stuff. But, you know, this game is all about the exosuits, which are known as Javelins.
Oh, yeah.
And Javelins will give your character superhero abilities such as flying or even going underwater. Again, the underwater stuff looked really
when I saw that
cool.
the first time, I was like, wow, I did not expect that.
They were diving into the water for gameplay reasons as well, to avoid the flak. Which I thought was very cool. They weren't just doing it for the fun of it. And of course, you saw that there were other areas that you could possibly access during your time in the game. Now, back to the Javelins, which again are the exosuits. They will be separated into different types of classes, and they showed this at E3, and they revealed the Colossus, which is the tank class, and the Ranger, which is the more balanced build of the bunch. I think I usually go with the balanced approach, possibly for all the games that I play.
Yeah, I know. I was just going to say that. But what would be cool is the ability to, of course, switch between these different classes. And guys, we're sure there's going to be more than just the Colossus and Ranger class in the game. And we're very, very curious to see what other classes they will introduce and reveal as we get nearer the game's release in, you know, during next year. And yes, these exosuits can be fully customized and upgraded as well. That means you can customize the look to be what you want, and then, of course, upgrade the abilities. And I'm guessing you can make your Javelin extremely powerful.
Yeah, we also saw that you collect these upgrades. You go out into the world. It's kind of like Destiny in that sense. A lot of Destiny players are already noting this game. It's on their radar for sure. I've looked at the Reddit, and a lot of Destiny players are like, man, I cannot wait for Anthem and to try it.
Yes,
and you did see that weapon pop up. They collected that from killing the enemies. That's something that's going to be a big highlight in the game. This is definitely an open world game with the whole loot collecting theme being a big presence here. And, you know, in the demonstration, we saw a wide variety of weapons, including the mortar, shotgun, and even a ground slam as well, which was pretty epic to see.
Yeah.
You know, their suits remind me of Iron Man.
Oh, yeah.
So you can definitely see that they're going after that kind of Marvel approach.
I can't wait to actually play the game, guys, and then actually feel how the controls feel. I'm one that loves to fly in games. Yeah. So that's a huge feature for me. I'm really looking forward to the ability to fly around. And as you can see, you can fly around through like caves, different structures. It looks absolutely stunning. And I'm hoping that this is what the actual game looks like when the game releases. They did say this is the game actually running on the Xbox One X, which is just insane, guys. And
what will it look like on the PS4 and Xbox One?
I know, that's the question. Will there be a significant downgrade? That's, of course,
not
the
too sure
big
if it's
concern.
going to be significant.
And will it run at 60 frames per second on the more powerful consoles like the Xbox One X and the PS4 Pro? I doubt it too, but as long as they get it to a 30 frames per second, you know, above that, and they don't go down that, I would be happy.
Yeah.
Of course, we would all love 60 frames per second, but like Robby was saying, that's probably doubtful at this point. Now, if you're wondering about the world you explore, there are many different threats in this world, and they will be randomized, and they will include massive creatures, other characters, and I'm sure there's going to be missions where you have to go out there, face specific creatures and characters as a part of the story. And then as you explore the hub world, again, I really hope to see more dynamic missions generated as a result of what you do in the world. It would be cool to see kind of like where if you go down the wrong path, different missions are presented to you other than if you went down a different path. Like
that would be cool. Yeah, like a split in the different types of missions you can do. Now, what about the actual story? Will there be a narrative, or it's going to be more like Ark Survival Evolved, where you just go out and play and collect stuff with friends? Well, it's going to have a story, and it will be written by Drew Karpyshyn, I hope I got that right, who worked on Knights of the Old Republic, as well as the first two Mass Effect games. So you could see that story is going to be very much on the center here for this game. Of course, discovering new locations will be part of the experience and will give you XP in exploring the open world, will be crucial to advancing in the game and experiencing new missions and finding new treasure, including loot like new weapons. In this case, we did get to see again the Jarl's Wrath, which was found by our group and is described as a legendary Volt rifle. So it seems that there's going to be different types of variations for the weapons. I would expect stuff like common, rare, legendary, much like many other games are doing nowadays, like Destiny. And, you know, I did get a little bit of an Ark Survival Evolved feel from this game with the big creatures and the sense of exploration, which I think is always a good thing. You know, Ark Survival Evolved came out of the middle of nowhere when it released.
Really, that's true.
And although that game does have, you know, PvP in it, we don't know about PvP or not.
Yeah, so PvP has not been confirmed yet. I'm one that really wants to see PvP in this game. Yeah. Especially for, you know, Destiny players or Call of Duty players who want to jump in, show off their javelins, go up against other players.
That would be very cool.
I would really love to see this. Of course, they would probably have to have a mechanic where you'd have to have like a single player javelin just for the co-op missions. And then, of course, your multiplayer javelin just to make sure it's completely balanced out in that portion of the game. And again, guys, this game can be played cooperatively with up to 3 of your other friends. And like Robby mentioned before, you can find different loot like the Jarl's Wrath he mentioned. And it would be cool to show this off to your friends and brag. So it's kind of like bragging rights when you get these weapons. And I could not wait to see what different types of weapons they introduce and, you know,
for the
how
javelins.
These weapons, will be used against different enemy types. And, you know, if you're not equipped properly, what the consequences of this will be if you don't have the proper weapon equipped. So hopefully, you know, they have a balance with that as well. But guys, there's something else in the game as well. And what is that?
Yeah, it's the large Shaper Storms, which will also disrupt your missions and may even take you into new stories that you may not expect. These are really cool. Like, the graphics behind these are absolutely insane. I'm hoping that, of course, this is actually what it looks like when the final build releases.
I know, I was surprised by this.
This is not, I've always talked about, dynamic weather associated with actual gameplay events and scenarios, and this was something that I kind of am addicted to right now. I hope it happens, like every day in the game, or often. There's different types of storms, maybe blizzard variations, maybe dust storms if the world has that type of environment within it, and different biodomes. But that would be awesome to see, of course. But Shaper Storms look like it's definitely going to add that different variety. We saw the game world was beautiful, lush, and then we saw this darker tone settle in.
I love that. I absolutely love the contrast.
Yep.
And will the Shaper Storm present you with more rare loot?
I would hope so.
And a more difficult mission that would give you more of a reward in the game. We'll see about that. But again, guys, let us know what you think about Anthem. We are excited for the game. Leave your comments in the comments below. We'll be talking about the game more and more as we near its release in 2018. We're not sure if it's going to release in early 2018 or fall, but it's more looking like fall from what we understand. But guys, stay tuned for more news and updates on Anthem, and we'll see you later, and see you next time.
Thanks, guys, for watching. See you later.